Who's long lost pals? Who's long lost pals? Who's long lost pals? We're long lost pals. Who?
All right, you redeemed yourself this week with that one.
That was a really lazy one. Like there was no creativity. I told you I had a lazy one on deck just in case. Welcome to Long Lost Pals, a show of segments. Last week I completely forgot the intro, and Karrin told me right after we logged out. So let me just let's clarify and specify who we are. I am Joey, former owner of a holographic Charizard Pokemon card.
What's up, guys? I'm Corinne. I'm going to try not to say literally 100 times this episode, but I literally cannot promise that. So.
First of all, I'm gonna try not to say first of all a million times. And it's funny because we did an intro that we introduced ourselves on the last one. I was like, we filmed for like 5 minutes, and I was like, this shit sucks. I was like, we need to start this over because I was rambling like I'm doing right now. And I said something about first of all, and you said literally. We're gonna go going into our first segment, which is bottom five, where instead of doing the trendy thing, we list our top five of a given category, we list our bottom five. And in this week, we're doing video game characters. Now,
See, I got the MK
yeah.
on my chest today.
As somebody who's not much of a gamer, you asked me for advice on a game to buy your brother. I was like, you came to the wrong place, baby. Which will be very apparent when we do this list, because I don't know much past Nintendo 64. But I will
Really?
go first with my bottom five. The first one I'm going to go with, I am going to go with the arrows from Dance Dance Revolution. Bitch, why are you going so fast? Okay. After beginners, it's no longer Dance Dance Revolution. It's hold the bar and stomp stomp revolution. That shit does not equate to good dancing at all. Is nothing about it is rhythmic or anything. It's just people in cargo pants and glasses stomping around in some combat boots. I don't like it. I could never get past beginner. Number five on my list. Number four, I will admit I only played this game a handful of times and it was 20 years ago, but I'm going with the dogs from Tomb Raider. Those dogs,
Bro,
those dogs scared the shit out of me. So here I am, Laura Croft, in my gray shirt or whatever I'm wearing. Some
Laura Croft, first of all, put some respect on my girl's name.
Here I'm Laura Croft. I'm wearing my khaki shorts, my hiking boots, and my gray tee, just packing a Glock or whatever type of gun that is. I'm not very gun literate. And next thing you know, you're sure. And I swear to God, you would not know where those fools are coming from. Those bitches literally wouldn't know where they're coming from. So terrifying. I used to have to turn up the volume on my TV because it would freak me out. And also, like a wild display of animal cruelty. Like you're just pulling out guns and shooting dogs. For one,
Hell yeah.
I carry into PTSD. Like anytime I meet a dog, I could just snap into Tomb Raider mode. And luckily, I don't have a pistol on me because who knows what would happen. I wasn't with it. Terrified me. Tomb Raider dogs. Number three, I'm going with the computer playing any other character on Mario Kart that I'm not playing with.
Bro, what is this fucking list?
So I'm usually playing with Toad, right? And when I'm playing with Toad against the computer, right? I'm on 100cc. I don't like 150cc. You spin out a little too much for me. So I'm on 100cc. You can race a perfect race in Mario Kart 64, but if you're facing the computer, them bastards never go away. I lay down, shoot 25 turtle shells. 30 seconds later, let's go. Mario's creeping up on me. I lay down 25 masterfully placed banana peels. Next thing I know, Peachy right behind me. I took a shortcut twice on Koopa Troopa Beach, and those bitches are still coming after me. I get it. Like, we want to keep it competitive. When I play computers, I'm trying to beat the brakes off somebody. I don't care about keeping it close. I want a confidence booster. They try not to allow you to have that. Every other character besides Toad in Mario Kart 64. Number two, I'm going with Bowser from Mario Party 64.
Okay.
A lot of beef with Bowser. First of all, he's like, you know, those people who sell knockoff purses in New York City? He's like that, first of all. Like, Toad, you buy these stars, right? That's how you win the game. You got to buy stars for 20 coins. Bowser sells you knockoff stars and other items. And not only is it fake, it's also more expensive than the regular item. So not only are you like, here, you have to have this, it's also like 40 coins. So he makes you go broke. He's a bully. He treats you like those shot girls in New Orleans. I don't know if you've ever been to New Orleans. They go, here's a free shot. And you're like, oh, thank you. And they're like, now you buy me one, $20. And you're just like, oh, God. So I didn't actually get a free shot. You're forcing me to buy more than one. So good times. He's like that as well in his style of salesmanship. And then He's also like a whack ass game show host. Every time you land on his space, you got to play games. Only you can't win. The only winning is keeping your shit, not losing anything. That guy's a bozo, a bully, a bum. That was a great alliteration. Those are all B words. He's a bitch. Bowser, number 2 on my list. Number 1, this might be an unpopular opinion. I am going with Yoshi from Super Mario Brothers. So
See, that was my guy. You were a Toad guy, and I like Toad. I respected that man.
they're
But
fast, fastest
Yoshi,
characters. So
he's just a little baby.
so in Super Mario World, let me get to the facts here. Let's get
Yeah,
down to
let's
the
hear it.
nitty gritty.
Let me
So
hear it.
Yoshi's good when life is good, right? When you got plenty of fruit to eat, when you got different opposing evil people for him to eat, everything's well and good. But Lord forbid you bump into one Goomba. That man takes off on you, a fair weather friend. And not only does he take off on you and just leave you in a lurch, leave you in the dust, this fool runs and kills himself. He just runs off a ledge. Like, dog, you could have just at least hopped over that shit. Like, it's not worth killing yourself over a little adversity. And this man just dips on you. And then later in life, he got a game called Yoshi's Story that didn't ever need to happen because Yoshi's Story is just this. He's a bitch. He's a terrible companion. Mario should have had a dog. Bottom 5 complete.
You know what? For the reason that you gave, because I know when you're riding Yoshi and you're like, doo,
Awesome.
doo, doo, and you're having so much fun, but you fall off that motherfucker, he sure does keep going. So
Worst
I'll
companion.
respect that. The reason that you hated Bowser, you know what? Sure. There was 100 other reasons that you could have given, but I guess I'll respect
It was
those.
for
All right.
Mario Party specifically. Mario Party specifically.
Okay. I wasn't big on that one, I'll say. All right, let me get into mine. It's funny because we have 2 completely different lists. Mine was
Who
definitely
would have
going
guessed?
to others. All right. All right. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Big
Oh,
fan and love the game.
great soundtrack.
On the excellent soundtrack. On the first 2 Pro Skaters, there is one girl on that game. And let me preface this by saying this is no disrespect to the real woman. I'm sure she was great in real life. She was like one of the first women to go pro. She fucking sucked so bad on that game. Her name was Alyssa Steamer. And I was like, you know what? Am I just being misogynistic? I follow a handful of female skaters right now because I love skateboarding. And I was like, let me look this shit up because maybe I'm just tripping. Maybe she didn't suck. All of her attributes were 6 and under. She did not have one attribute that was. So I'm like, okay, I feel like at this point, she was just a DEI hire. They had 15 male skaters on the game, and they were like, guys, we need a fucking girl on this game.
Maverick Karrin.
Does anybody know a girl? Does anybody know a girl skateboarder? And they were like, Alyssa Steamer. Let's put her on here. And they gave her some terrible fucking attributes. She was trash on that game. I am sorry, Alyssa Steamer. They did you dirty as fuck.
She's no Bucky Lassick.
That's my I like Bucky. Rune was my guy though. Rune Glifberg was my guy. All right. Number 4, number 2, whatever fucking number this is. Okay. I don't know if you played Def Jam, Vendetta, or Fight for New York.
Played it before.
Love Def Jam fucking Fight for New York and Vendetta. You know who I didn't love on that game? Joe Budden. Shocker. He's as annoying in the game as he is in real life. He really just shouldn't have access to a microphone. Like, not to record for a video game, not to record a rap or a song. Get him away from a fucking microphone for the pot. We definitely don't want to hear him talk. Don't want to hear that. He has some terrible fucking one-liners. I looked him up and he was like, it's time to mop up. Up yours. Who was he 15 when he recorded these? Like, who the fuck says this? And I know that this wasn't scripted. I know they were probably like, hey, give us some good fighting one-liners. And this is what you came up with? Lame, annoying. Next, Grand Theft Auto.
Which one?
Number 3.
Mm-hmm.
There is a prostitute on Grand Theft Auto 3.
It's very specific.
Name Misty. First of all, she's a catfish because the Misty that they show on the loading screen is not the Misty that's in the game. So first of all, bitch, you're a fucking catfish. Second of all, she has an accent in her voice combo, which is terrible. None of which equates to baddie. The one standout line that I can remember that she says is, "Hi, I'm Misty." And I was like, first of all, you're not getting in my fucking car. Not with that fucking accent or that. I'm not driving your fucking bitch ass anywhere. You're a fucking catfish. I'm sick of driving Misty around. She was purposeless. Next on the list, Mr. Johnny Cage, Mortal Kombat. Johnny Cage talked a lot of shit. Meanwhile, he has some weak ass fighting combos, garbage ass finishes. He was always getting his ass whooped. He was like the Steven Seagal of the Mortal Kombat world. Like, bro, you're literally just a fucking celebrity. You probably paid for some fucking karate lessons. He was trash. He was always getting his ass whooped. He died in the series. Good for him because he needs to stay away from my baby Sonya Blade. That's why he's number 2. I hated Johnny Cage. He was garbage.
That was like speaking a foreign language to me. I played Mortal Kombat like a handful of times. I didn't get anything you just. I didn't get the reference.
No, this was my fucking game. This was my game. I wasn't big on Tekken or Street Fighter. I played them both a little bit, but Mortal Kombat, that was my fucking game. Numero uno. You ever play The Sims?
Not really.
The burglar on The Sims. Let me tell you about this fucking guy. First of all, he comes at the worst time. You're like at the peak of your life. You're like you just unlocked all these cheat codes. You have $500 million in the bank. You've got a fucking flat screen in every room of your house. You got 3 stories. You got a jacuzzi in the living room and all of this lack shit. Here comes the fucking burglar doing this. That's how he does it. Number 1, you can't interact with him at all. If you don't have a security system in your house, once he's in, he's in. That's number 1. Number 2, even after, like, okay, let's say you do have an alarm in your house. The cops pull up. If he already has like a TV in his bag or a gold fucking toilet that you have in your bathroom,
ooh,
and he surrenders and the cops arrest him, you don't get your shit back. The cops keep it as evidence. What kind of bullshit is this? So fuck the burglar. He comes at the worst fucking times in the game and completely robs you. You literally can't do anything to stop him. And you're just completely fucked. Fuck that guy. He's a shitty character. That's why he's on my list.
I feel like you were getting on me for what is this list. Yours was oddly specific.
Because no,
oddly specific.
I was a fucking gamer back in the day.
I
was a fucking gamer back in the day, dude. I have some beefs. I should have brought all of them up on the fucking beef back on the grill because those motherfuckers fucked me more than once.
All right. Well, that's our bottom 5. We're going to now move into. So this is the show of segments. We say that several times. Well, I say that several times. It's a show of segments, and that means that sometimes the segments change. So instead of throw the beef back on the grill this week, we are doing a new segment called Freaky Friday. And in Freaky Friday, it's similar to the movie Freaky Friday with Lindsay Lohan and what's her name, Jamie Lee Curtis, where we pick a topic or a section or demographic of people, and we say who we would like to trade places with out of that demographic or group. And this week we are doing Freaky Friday with R&B singers. Karrin, you have the floor.
Am I going first? I thought you were going first. Okay.
I did first with the bottom 5.
I actually had 2 options for this because I didn't know who you were gonna pick. I had an idea of who you would pick. But I was like, fuck, I don't know which one he's gonna pick. So I'm gonna go a little left field. Bruno Mars.
Ooh, I did not see that coming. Is he R&B?
Well, my first option was more like high, but I'll let you say yours first before I. Okay, first of all, Bruno Mars, outstanding career, been dropping bangers since Grenade and Nothing on You. Ooh. Bangers consistently for the past 15 years. This man has delivered. Number 1. Number 2, he can actually sing his ass off. So the talent is fucking there.
Great
Number 3, and very important to me, no allegations. No misconduct allegation. Well, there's the allegations that he does a lot of cocaine, but who doesn't in Hollywood? You just can't not do cocaine in Hollywood. So I'm going to let him make it on that one. He's got some bomb ass features. Just did one with Sexy Red. Can't say that one was bomb, but I support it. He got Gaga. You know, he got Gucci Mane. He got
Semisonic.
Who?
What are they called? No, Silk Sonic. I said Semisonic.
Oh yeah, so with Anderson .Paak and all the shit, he had Zendaya in the Versace on the floor video. Look, Bruno Mars he's a good time. He's a good time. So that's who I chose for my Freaky Friday.
A couple of comments I said while I was interjecting, which was kind of rude. I said great hair, so I agree with that. I don't know if he's technically R&B, but I'll take it. I could have bet $1 million that you would pick The Weeknd, and I would have lost $1 million. Since you're a huge fan, I would have guessed. I
Had
appreciate
to go
you.
left on it. I had to
There
go.
was low hanging fruit. I appreciate you not taking it. And I also said Semisonic, which is the band that sings Closing Time instead of Silk Sonic. So
Oh no,
Closing
close,
Time's a phenomenal song though.
closing time.
I'm not mad at that
That's,
answer.
that's a good song. All right, who you got? Who'd
All
you
right, we
pick?
have one thing in common with our list. I don't think you would ever pick mine. I'm going with Joe. Obviously. And let me tell you why I'm going with Joe. A couple reasons. First and foremost, you know that part of all the body switching movies where people call their name like, who is that? Like, I don't know who that is. Or they'd be like, hey, Bruno. And you'd be like, I don't know who the fuck Bruno is. I'm just hanging out right here. Well, you got close to the same name. So if someone was like, hey, Joe, shit, what up? It would be an easy transition on the first couple day period. So it would make that transition a lot smoother. Two, this man, Joe, not a sex symbol. Have you seen the cover of his album, My Name is Joe, that has features the song I Want to Know? He's wearing a red mesh shirt. He's trying to be sexy. Not a great look. And the thing is this, if I'm Joe, the expectations are super low. I can walk through the airport. I don't think people are going to swarm me if I'm Joe. I can just have all the bangers, have the discography, have a feature with G Unit, which was awesome. I can do all these things and still be low key because I don't really want to be famous or being perfectly honest. I'd like the money and I'd like to be able to sing, but I don't want people swarming me. I don't want people causing problems with my relationship. Next, once my career is over as a recording artist, you know who would want to hire Joe? People in their 50th wedding anniversary parties, people in their 40th wedding anniversary party, whatever wedding anniversary on 25th, everybody loves I Want to Know. And I'd be happy to sing that for the rest of my life, along with a lot of other bangers he has. Let me not sell him short. All the things, or was it All the Things Your Man Won't Do, I think. Joe, fantastic name, fantastic singer, easy transition. That's my choice.
So one of the points that
No
you made
allegations that I know of. No allegations that I know of.
for your Freaky Friday was we have similar names. So let me get this straight.
I also love his music. And technically, his last name is my middle name. So if you want to take it one step further, like Joe Thomas, I'm like, oh, that's kind of me, a little bit. Easy.
So you just don't want to participate in Freaky Friday for real at all. You want to pretty much live the same life. You just want to be rich as fuck.
I want the singing skills of Joe. Like I said, incredible set of songs on this man. Incredible.
Wow, that
And that
you
concludes
know
Freaky
what?
Friday.
You got it, man.
Hey, both ball, my life wouldn't change that much. It would just improve in ways that I want it to improve, which means me being able to sing and more money.
What
So
about Biebs? You didn't want to be Biebs? You could have been Justin Bieber.
Gibbs looks very sad these days. Have you seen it? Hollywood really beat him down at a very young age. So I've seen some problematic stuff that happened when he was a kid. I don't want no piece of that. Some great songs by the Biebs though too. Fantastic. What was the
Insane discography.
well,
That's crazy. You should pick Biebs, bro.
no, because I'm white. There's one album that's ridiculous by him. It's so good, but I can't remember the name. It's not the one.
Journals.
It's the one after that, I think.
After Journals? Journals was fucking fire.
It's the one where we are spending way too much time on this. It's
Yeah,
the
no. We need to move on. We need to
All
move
right,
on.
so we're gonna move on to our next one, but great song, Beeps. We're gonna move on to our next segment, which is Boomer Moment of the Week. This is just for us to complain about, a chance for us to complain about something that's pissed us off. And I believe I'm going first. A couple weeks back, we talked about a problem I had that stemmed from dick drawings, right? And dick drawings, I think we both agreed, a necessary evil, things that we need in this world, comedic value, I get it, a great type of vandalism. I'm with graffiti. If you're doing cool graffiti, like it's artistic, you're living on the edge, trying not to get caught, like I'm with graffiti. It's a really cool thing. And another thing, you know what I think is cool too? Say you climb a mountain or some shit, and you like carve your name into something, like to show that you accomplished something.
Gotta tag
I
it.
can I can even be like that. You know what's not an accomplishment? Taking a shit. So why at every gas station that I go to, when I enter the bathroom, are people's names carved all over the place? Like that's not a cool thing to do. Like, oh, look at this random ass bathroom in small town Alabama. Mark took a shit here. Pickle me George, it's Mark. Like nobody cares. And then you take it one step further, the really nasty fucks, they carve their name in the toilet seat. You know how many naked asses have been on that? You know how much booty sweat has been on that? People carve things into the toilet seat. It goes from not being cool to being incredibly disgusting. I'm not with it. I don't understand it. It's not an accomplishment to take a shit at a gas station bathroom. It's actually a low point in your life. At least it should be. Plenty of shits I've taken I'm not proud of. Most of them at gas stations. Boomer moment of the week.
I've never in my life seen a name carved on a toilet seat. What is going on in men's bathrooms?
Some disgusting things.
It's funny because like
Bad
women's
smells.
like women's bathroom stalls is always like so empowering. It's like you go girl. And you're like, stop tagging the toilet seat. I'm trying to take a shit.
This just says Charles.
All right, let me talk about some. Mine is like mostly just related to capitalism, period. But let me tell you what really pisses me the fuck off. There's a grocery store here called Fred Meyer. It's basically the exact, it's like HEB or Walmart, big box store, same thing. After I get done spending $200 on groceries that are going to last me 45 minutes because prices are, as I'm leaving, there's like 10 different booths set up. One of, hey, do you want to and I know this is like it's hella fucking it always happens in Houston. There's like the electric companies that are trying to get you to switch, and there's the jewelers that are over here trying to sell you something, and then the fucking AT&T people got me. I'm not gonna lie, they fucking got, oh hey, who's your cellular provider? I'm like, T-Mobile, and they were like, well, we can get your bill, and you know what, they got my asses, and they got my bill down $40, so I'll give them that. But it happened again last week, and they're trying to get me to switch again. Oh, well, we can get it down even further. I'm like, guys, please leave me the fuck alone. I just want to come in this store and spend an egregious amount of money on fucking groceries and walk the fuck out. I don't need to be sold something while I'm buying something. It is just incredibly annoying and exhausting to constantly be sold shit. Like, and that's just capitalism, period. But that shit just takes me to another fucking level. It's so fucking annoying, dude. I can't.
A nice little plug for AT&T though. So shout out to them. I'm more of a Verizon.
Hey, they did get my bill low. I'm not gonna lie.
More of a Verizon guy myself. Can you hear me now? And now we're gonna move on to quick news, and this is our second installment of like it's not actually called quicker news, but we're doing quick news quicker, where we just do 5 rapid fire segments that happened in the previous week. So for us, we recorded last Wednesday, so it's between last Wednesday and today. And then, Karrin, I think you have the first question today.
I do, Joseph. The number 1 pick in the WNBA draft, Paige Bueckers, signed a 3-year deal with Unrivaled. 1 year of this contract will pay her more than her entire 4-year WNBA contract. Any thoughts on that weak ass WNBA contract?
Like she's the number 1 player in the draft, the best player in the world going into women's basketball, professional women's basketball, and she's making less than like assistant principals at a middle school. Like I understand, like educators, like get your money. I used to be one, right? I want you to make money. You deserve more money. But there's people out here that suck ass at their job that are getting paid more than she is as the number 1 player coming out. 75K compared to like multiple million that the men are making. Like, let's get real here. Unrivaled. Shout out to them though, again, getting women some money in their league. But that is egregious. I think I saw that Caitlin Clark was making like $330,000 for 4 years. Like,
off her rookie contract?
Yeah, 4 years.
Damn.
So,
wow, that's not even 100 a year.
Wild discrepancy. Yeah, they're making like 75,000, which is good for an average Joe such as myself, but it's not good for a professional athlete. So the numbers for Donald Trump's physical have been released, and apparently he is in grade A health. Are you believing those numbers and metrics that have been released?
Bro, no, I'm not believing that. Did you see that recent picture of him at some fucking golf country club? He had his fucking pants up to his titties. Number 1, he looks like the Eggman from Sonic the Hedgehog. Number 2, number 3, let me put this in a very fucking relative, like a very realistic way. This man said that he weighs 5 pounds less than DK Metcalf. There's a 2-inch height differential. That's the numbers that he's giving y'all. Bullshit. And from the last time he was president and he got his little fucking health screening or whatever, he lost 20 pounds. Be fucking for real.
He's on that you didn't hear though? He's on that supersize me diet with his boy RFK, man. So he's definitely dropping that weight. Definitely dropping that.
Okay.
Burgers on the plane.
Blue Origin launched the first all-female crew into space this week, which included Katy Perry and Gayle King, Oprah's girlfriend. They were testing a space tourism attraction, which I guess they're about to be trying to sell to everybody. The ride lasted about 11 minutes. If you could, would you go to space?
Hell yeah, I'd go to space, but it depends on the price as well, because let's just say I have more of a WNBA contract than an unrivaled contract. So if it's getting a little pricey, I ain't got a chance. But if it's, they're like bringing the price down and it's for the common folks such as myself, I'm definitely going to space. And I don't want to go with Katy Perry because you were telling me that she was singing What a Wonderful World by Louis Armstrong. First of all, phenomenal song. Katy Perry, ain't nobody trying to hear you sing Ship the California Girls. What are we doing here? If she's there singing California Girls, I'm definitely going to space. What a banger. We can leave out Snoop Dogg's verse. Terrible. Bikinis, martinis, and king and bikini. I'm going to space.
I'm not.
Loser. All right, next question. All right, our next one. Last season or Last of Us, I apologize. Season 2 premiered this past Sunday. Are you going to watch and are you excited?
I sure as fuck did watch. Very excited for the season. Last season was phenomenal. I'm not big on zombies or zombie shows, movies. Everybody was like, it's so good, it's not even about zombies. I was like, all right, fine. So I watched it. Phenomenal writing. So I am tuned in, watching every Sunday. Watched the premiere episode. It was fucking phenomenal. So yes, I'm strapped in for this season. I'm really excited about it. I know you don't give a fuck about it, right?
Never heard of it. I mean, I've heard of it. That's a lie, but I didn't know what it was. You said zombies though, and you lost me. So yeah, no.
I felt the same way. I implore you to check it out.
I just might.
Okay. I see you're decked out in your little Rockets gear. The NBA playoffs start this week. Are the Rockets going to the championship?
No. But I'm
realistic.
I am so excited the Rockets are back in the playoffs. The first time since I believe it was 2020. Been a lot of miserable years, but no, they're not going to the championship. But I hope they give a team or team parenthesis S a lot of hell in the playoffs because they're a feisty bunch of guys. My prediction for the NBA Finals is the Celtics versus the Thunder, which is not an exciting prediction. I'm not acting like I'm saying anything bold here. There's just a couple of things I got to say. Oklahoma, bottom 5 state. Home of a bottom 1 university in the University of Oklahoma.
True.
But home of what I predict will be the number 1 basketball team in the world. I'm taking the Thunder in 6.
Okay.
And that wraps up quick news. And now we're heading to our recommendations before we give our farewell. And I will let you go first with recommendations actually today.
The movie I got this week, Companion. It's brand new. It came out a couple months ago. It's about to be released on Max this weekend, April 19th. Sci-fi, dark humor, thriller, comedy, very fun. I watched it. It exceeded my expectations for what I thought it was going to be. So it's Sophie Thatcher. If you watch Yellow Jackets, you know her. She's a bad bitch. And Jack Quaid, is that his name from The Boys? You watch The Boys?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking hell, man. Tune into something. Anyways, it's a good movie. It's funny. It's very cool. Check out Companion. What do you got this week?
Mine's a little sentimental, so I want to go last in case I get emotional. Just so you know, been a rough week. I lost somebody very close to me this week. So I just want to say my recommendation for this week is stay in touch with your friends. Tell your friends you love them. Spend as much time with you can with them as possible. That is my recommendation for the week. Well, that wraps up 7 episodes. 7th Heaven, if you will. That show is trash, and that dad was problematic in real life. I don't remember what it was, but another person from our childhood who was awful.
Right.
Appreciate everybody who tuned in. I'm glad we didn't forget the intro this time. You used a lot of first of alls. I don't think I did. I didn't peep any literallys. You might have done it. I don't know if we did or not.
Wow, did I feel like I didn't say literally a lot.
I don't remember.
I think that we did good this episode because I don't think that you said first of all a lot either. All right.
That being said, we'll log off with what has become our catchphrase, whether Karrin likes it or not. Stay fly.